Ladies and gentlemen, it is Championship Sunday for the NASCAR Cup Series at Phoenix Raceway. I'm going to bring you my picks for the championship, my picks for drivers to possibly win today's race, of course, as we do every week, and some fantasy advice along the way. So we're going to change things up here for this one. And first and foremost, we're going to start off with drivers you should have in your fantasy lineup for today's race. And first and foremost, it goes with the Championship 4 drivers. I think you should put all the Championship 4 drivers in your lineup today if you have them. Reason being, I think they're all going to run in the top 10 at least throughout the course of the day. They're probably going to all be having a shot at leading laps at some point in this race. You saw it in the Truck Series race, the Xfinity Series race, all but Justin Haley. But with the Cup Series, it seems like this every year that all four drivers are at least competitive throughout the course of the race, as long as something bad doesn't really happen on pit road leading up to that point as the race carries on. So I would take all of them. They all have a pretty decent track record here at the racetrack. Truex is the most consistent as of, not Truex. The most consistent as of late would probably be about Denny Hamlin, although he's fell off. Of course, he won the race last year. In the fall here, Brad Keselowski is bringing that car he ran at Richmond and New Hampshire, and he dominated both of those races, so I think he would be a strong candidate as well to run well. Chase Elliott's been good here in the past, and really Joey Logano won here earlier this year. So there is a very strong case for all four drivers to literally win the championship today, whether they win the race or not. The other pick that is a must-have is Kevin Harvick. If you have him, start him for today. I know I have him. I will start him. Kevin Harvick is on a tear at this racetrack, as he has exactly 12 straight top 10s at Phoenix Raceway. In that 12-race stretch, he has won 6 of those races, and he's finished in the top 5 10 times. So Kevin Harvick is going to run well today. Regardless of the fact, I think he's going to drive mad after what happened last week, really the last couple weeks, that led him to missing the Championship 8. I think they will unpack with a great chance to win the race, if not run up front throughout the course of the race. I think he'll keep at least that top 10 streak alive. Even dating back to the couple races, without that stretch, he finished 13th before, so 13 races ago, but then he finished first and second the 2 races before that. So it goes to show. He's also got 9 career wins at the racetrack, so maybe he can go for 10 wins at the track as well as 10 wins in his season here in 2020. If he can go to victory lane today, he will be one of the front runners as well outside of the Championship 4. Now we go into a driver you should not have in your lineup today. Of course, we know it is Clint Bowyer and Jimmie Johnson's final race of their presumably NASCAR career. I don't see Bowyer running anytime else after this. Maybe Jimmie Johnson runs a part-time schedule in the future. Who knows? But we know he's obviously running IndyCar at least part-time for the next couple of years, so that'll be interesting too. But anyway, besides that, Jimmie Johnson is going to be on the don't-haves for your lineup today. I know it's his final career race. In my heart, I want him to run well. Hell, if he wins the race, I am A-okay with that. That'd be an awesome story. That'd be great for Jimmy. I've been pulling for him all season to try and get that win. This is his last chance, presumably, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think he's going to run particularly well. He's only got 1 top 10 here at Phoenix in the last 6 races, so in that aspect, I don't want to see Jimmie Johnson in your guys' lineups today. I'm going to keep my heart out of it. I'm going to hope he runs well. Honestly, I want him to bring it back in one piece. If he could just not wreck out of this race, no engine failure, no nothing, no mechanical failure, just get to the end of the race in one piece, and I think that will be a job well done for Jimmy to go out. Even if he wrecks out, I want him to pull a Richard Petty in his final career race. And even if he wrecks out, bring the modified back out of the garage to finish the race if you have to for the last 5 laps. At least crush that checkered flag at the end of the day. But yeah, regardless of the fact, again, 1 top 10 last 6 races, Jimmie Johnson is a no-go in my lineup. He should be a no-go in yours. Now the dark horse pick. So I might be going out on the limb here with this dark horse pick, but I'm going to state my reason why I am going out on the limb with this. Usually I like to put a lot of statistical analysis into this, but I'm going to take Tyler Reddick as my dark horse pick for today's race. Tyler Reddick, of course, if you remember back in the spring, with RCR, and in the springtime, they weren't even that great. That was probably when Tyler Reddick was running the best this season. He's dropped off over the course of the playoffs, yes, but at Phoenix last year, or earlier this year, until he blew a tire It was in the middle of stage 2. He drove that car all the way up to second place. Obviously, the flat tire kind of derailed him, and he didn't even finish on the lead lap at the end of the day. So that was a tough break, tough finish. But he had a really, really fast car, and it's a driver's racetrack. It's not like the 550 horsepower package where you have to have a good car, and the driver can't really do as much to try and help propel that team to the front. By the end of the day, this is a driver's racetrack with the 750 horsepower package. And Tyler Reddick, man, he put on a show last year. I don't expect him to necessarily compete for the win, but if he runs in the top 10 or at least gets a top 10 finish, that is a win to end the season for the rookie. And obviously, it would go well for the dark horse pick. So he might not be in the lineup today. We'll see, but I think he's got the potential to run really well. So he is my dark horse pick. Now let's take a look at how my fantasy team looks. All right, so we're going to take a look at who I have on the fantasy team for today's race. Now, interesting note, the Championship 4 drivers will not earn stage points this week. Obviously, that is the way it always goes for the championship, but they will not earn stage points for the fantasy rules as well. So I guess I kind of might put a damper in trying to put the Championship 4 drivers in, unless you think they're going to run in the top 5, which I still think they're going to run well. So I still think if you have any of the Championship 4 drivers, you might as well play them because they'll have a good run. For guys trying to score stage points, of course, too, that could play into effect today. So we don't have Chase Elliott, we don't have Brad Keselowski or Denny Hamlin, but we do have Joey Logano of the Championship 4 drivers. So we will play Logano for today's race. He's already in the lineup from last week. There we go. We're going to go with my dark horse pick here, Tyler Reddick. Again, kind of going out on the limb, but what the heck. So we'll go Tyler Reddick, see where he starts here in today's race. I think he's starting all the way in the back. 21st. Okay, so he's starting 21st. Alex Bowman's got a good track record here. We're going to keep him in the lineup. Kyle Busch has been kind of streaking at the end of the season. Finished second last year in the fall. We'll keep him in the lineup as well. Ryan Blaney's been good here in the past. I would put him in the lineup, but I cannot, unfortunately. Eric Almirola had a top 10 here earlier this season. Kurt Busch has actually had a couple top 10s here in the last couple years. He's been kind of streaking here at the end of the season. We'll go Kurt Busch and throw him in the lineup as well. And last but not least, Kevin Harvick, of course. Remember, he was the other must-have. We will put Kevin Harvick in today's lineup. Now my pick to win the race and or the championship. I think the stage winner in the first couple stages will come from a playoff driver. We'll go Brad Keselowski to win stage 1. Stage 2. Let's just go Brad Keselowski again. If he wins a stage, we get some bonus points there. My pick to win the race will be Kevin Harvick to win today's race at Phoenix. I think he will get his 10th win of the season, 10th win all-time at Phoenix Raceway. So I think Ford will go to victory lane. And even if he doesn't, I think there's a strong chance that Ford wins a championship today. They got a 50-50 shot with Keselowski and Logano. And now my pick to win the championship. What you guys wanted to come for. Who is my pick to win the championship for today's race? We got Keselowski, we got Logano, Chase Elliott, and Hamlin. I gave the reasons why they could run well and should run well earlier. You can have a strong case for all 4 drivers. And I really do think this is Brad Keselowski's season. I think Brad Keselowski is going to win the championship today, although I don't think he's going to win the race. I really think him and Harvick are going to lead the most laps between the two of them. We have seen the drivers who have led the majority of the laps in the last couple championship races already this weekend, the trucks and Xfinity, not win the race. So that could be the case for Keselowski, but I think he will win the championship. And Kevin Harvick, again, will win the race here today. So Keselowski's my pick for the championship today. Comment down below your thoughts, opinions on who you think will win the championship. Subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Hit the like button down below if you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys for post-race analysis afterwards. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and have a good rest of your